2-minute warning, 3 questions, 1 topic. Who wins the Merseyside derby? Everton after Spurs?
Well, Everton will be absolutely high on confidence, high on belief, and David Moyes celebrates, of course, this week his 10-year anniversary at Goodison, and you have to say it will one hell of a way to kind of have a party would be to get a result against their bitter rivals. You look at Liverpool. Yes, Kenny Dalglish has bought himself some time and credit in the bank, if you like, with the Carling Cup. But he has spent so much money, £115 million plus, since he's been in charge. He's had very mixed results and success. Yes, that trophy buys him some time, but I actually think this season, if they don't finish in the top 4, that will have been a disappointment for me. I think you'd expect that for that kind of investment. It far outweighs some of their rivals, and for them not to be pushing on, I think it has to be seen as a major disappointment.
And with Wembley accepted, they're on a poor run, aren't they?
They are. I was at Wembley that day, and there was a feeling that this was the start of the new era. Kenny had calmed things down. The club was in the sort of vacuum of the ownership debate and which American owners were there. John W. Henry had come in, was taking the club forward in his mind, and there they were at Wembley, day of triumph. Could have gone the other way. They did get a bit lucky at times, and I don't think I've ever seen a goalkeeper triumph in a penalty shootout where he's actually not touched the ball. You know, the 3 pens have all been missed, and he's not laid a glove on anything. But they won. You're looking at then kick on from there, and I've got to say, you can see, as a seasoned Kenny watcher, you can see Kenny getting increasingly prickly by the fact that his team are not delivering. I think they've got a few real challenges between now and the end of the season in the credibility of Kenny and taking it forward, and a lot of players in that dressing room delivering. And not just the big signings like the obvious one being Andy Carroll, but some of the longer serving ones where, for instance, Jamie Carragher is not looking anywhere near a first-team player for Liverpool at the moment.
And what about Suarez? You know, they've not been knocking down that link with PSG, have they?
Yeah, it sounds as if there's a bit of gravy put on those quotes. I mean, he was asked a question about Lugano, the captain, his Uruguayan teammate, and then they sort of lobbed in this one about, would you be interested about PSG? I don't think he was declaring interest to go to PSG, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with him in the summer, because this has been obviously a traumatic season for Luis Suarez, and he's been associated with much of the problems that Liverpool have had, rightly or wrongly. So, you know, we'll see where that goes in the summer. They need to build around him. I think he's still one of their best players, probably the best player. I don't think Steven Gerrard and certainly Jamie Carragher aren't what they were.
You know, Mike, there was an old saying that in the days when Kenny was playing there and Bob Paisley was manager, they used to just say, deal with the next game. Forget the running, forget finishing the bit Champions League, which is what the talk was after the Carling Cup. Oh, we're going to finish in the top, we're going to kick on. And Kenny knows the thing is, deal with the next game. Now, if there was ever a moment where a group of players and Dalglish have to deal with it, it's on Merseyside this week. If they win the Mersey derby, they can get back on side with things. But at the moment, they've got problems.
Well, I have a hunch Everton will do it. Happy 10th anniversary, Dave. Thanks for joining us on livetoPitch.co.uk.